good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in the world, and thank you very much for joining us and taking time out of your busy days. Just by way of introduction to the two figures you see on the screen, I'll start with myself as the person with a funny accent, who some of our American colleagues or audience may struggle to understand. My name is Ciarian Chu. My role here at ConnectWise is the General Manager for our Screen Connect and ConnectWise Access Management business. Joining me this afternoon is Jason Short. Jason, if you want to just introduce yourself.
Yeah, thank you. I have the other funny accent from the Midwest of America. My name is Jason Short, and I lead product management for all of our RMM tools. So that's Automate and Command and RMM, CW RMM.
Awesome. Thanks, Jason. And we are here this afternoon or this evening to share a little bit about a really exciting announcement we have here at ConnectWise, which relates to our ConnectWise Access Management solution and its availability as a self-service offering within our ASIO platform to the partners of our ConnectWise remote monitoring and management product. So just in terms of setup, I'm going to just provide a little bit of background on our ConnectWise Access Management product, and then Jason is going to talk through what it means to those CWRMM partners. So just in terms of explaining a little bit around the market challenge that we're trying to solve, the two market challenges, what we've really seen from our engagement with our customers or partners, as we call them here at ConnectWise, is two issues. Number one is relating to security. So we see, as everybody in the world probably does, that the threat, attack, and the vector of security continues to increase, and the need for security continues to increase. And that is obviously why we're celebrating Cyber Intelligence and Awareness Month this month at ConnectWise. The second piece that comes along with security is, as we try and make our solutions more and more secure and make our partners more and more secure, how do we make sure that we're not causing issues in customer experience and we're not making our products so secure that they then lose the effectiveness for the customers, and you then have to have a massive challenge in trying to protect your gross margins because you're having to add more and more FTEs or resources on board to keep your product secure. So what we've come across in certainly the last 12 months or so with ConnectWise Access Management is really a solution to solve both of those problems. So if somebody asked us, well, what is ConnectWise Access Management and what's it actually looking to solve for within the security and gross margin conversation, it basically comes down to the principle of least privilege. So many of you will know what the principle of least privilege actually is. For those that don't, it refers to ensuring that from an information security perspective, you're only giving the users, whether they're users within the MSP or internal users, or even if they're your end users, the right level of access or permissions to be able to perform a specific role or function. So in our interviews, as we thought and sought to launch ConnectWise Access Management, we found out that a number of our partners and customers were actually sharing passwords. They'd set up local admin users for their end users because they were tired of the amount of queries that their end users were coming in with. And ultimately, that was becoming a big security risk. To kind of give you a sense of how big an issue and risk that was, if you look at many of the market leading reports, over 70% of successful cyber attacks have actually come down to compromised passwords. So what we're doing with the ConnectWise Access Management product is actually removing the need for you to come up and share passwords. So what will happen is, if you're an internal MSP user, we'll now actually generate a on-demand password that'll be used once, completely eliminating the need for a password vault or sharing of passwords. Ultimately, that's important because if you're in my part of the world with Cyber Essentials, if you're in the US with NIST, or if you're in Australia with Essential 8, the need for password management and password controls are becoming more and more prevalent, and it's actually impacting the ability for you guys to be able to get cyber insurance, which is a massive cost of doing business. The second piece that comes along with the ConnectWise Access Management solution is that end user elevation. So today, if Jason sat in an accountancy firm as an example, he might be using an application like QuickBooks or Sage Accounting in the UK, and often they will ask for an update to be run in order for Jason to continue being able to run his account and bookkeeping. To try and make Jason secure, many of our partners actually put a zero trust position in place where the only way for him to run that update is for him to stop doing what he's doing and raise a ticket. That's obviously annoying for Jason. It's really annoying for all of our customers as MSPs because they then have to respond to that ticket and ultimately take time and divert their resources from something more important, which ultimately erodes their gross margin. So what ConnectWise Access Management actually does is it allows the user to hit that UAC prompt, that user access prompt, and request for elevated rights on a one-off basis and not be set up as a local admin. The MSP can then decide to look up that request, and that can be submitted in Microsoft Teams, in Slack, or even within the ConnectWise suite of products that are being used. And they can then decide whether they want to approve that request or deny that request. And in doing so, they can also then check up against our virus total integration and actually say, do they think that this application that's being requested is a safe one? If it is, they can put a rule in place that allows the user to no longer have to come in and raise requests. So ultimately, the benefit for the end user is a more seamless experience. And what we're seeing from partners and our customers is a potential new revenue opportunity, as well as enhanced security, and also a margin improvement of not having to have their engineers spend time dealing with these low-level requests. So that's the background. Some of the key feedback we've had from partners has really been around the easy use. So it is integrated with Screen Connect. It can be deployed within minutes. Some of the areas of benefit which our partners sort of seek as further kind of roadmap enhancements and what we're talking about tonight is how could we make it more easy for our partners to use it who are CWRMM customers without them having to go into Screen Connect, and only allowing them to set it up for a subset of their machines and automate the billing. So that's what we're going to talk about in a little bit more detail now. Jason, I'll pass over to you, and hopefully you can do it at a far more sanguine pace than I probably have rammed home in my funny accent to say why we're so excited about that, to continue the innovation journey, not only for CWRMM, but also as part of our ASIO store.
Yeah, thank you, Ciarian. And it's been really great actually working on this combined project together in terms of CAM is a really terrific tool in general. And we have a large partner base with our Command and RMM partners. And what we want to do, and really being part of a platform like ASIO, helps us more easily bring some of these solutions together, integrate our products together. And what we've worked on together over the last month or month and a half or so was really making it easy to deploy this out to your clients, whether that's at a site-by-site level or client-by-client level, to do that within the policies that already exist inside of RMM. So very easy to put a package together, a policy together, target at different sites, automatically deploy out, configure what elements of CAM are available to those end users, and make that really all seamless within the same infrastructure they're using to manage other third-party integrations, whether that's SentinelOne or other security tools. And really, it's I think a really delightful experience in terms and efficient experience to roll out and manage a critical security tool like control access management. It takes really just a couple of minutes to set up. You go into the marketplace, you choose it, you turn it on. Again, you choose which site you want to deploy it to, and almost immediately, each of those devices, as they check in, will get their updated instructions, and that will be made available to end users. It's a really good combination between what we're doing with our Screen Connect teams and with our remote monitoring and management teams to bring joint solutions together. As I mentioned, this is available, I think, today or as of today, and really encourage each of you to check it out, to play with it a little bit. Its billing is fully integrated. You enable it for sites, automated billing on the backside. So it's really, again, really easy to consume and roll out and use.
Perfect. So before we wrap up, as Jason said, just to reiterate, this solution is available. It does take minutes to set up, and it will be part of your usual billing process. So we've had a number of partners who've said, okay, we understand the importance of ensuring that we're getting cyber insurance, that we're making ourselves as secure as possible. But how do I actually generate more revenue for my business? We know that there's a big kind of cost of living crisis, every single cent or penny in my part of the world matters. And that's why we're saying that you can obviously now deploy it just to a subset of your endpoints, should you so wish, as you look to then commercialize that and pass it on as part of an enhanced service. So to Jason's point, please check it out. Both Jason and I are going to be at IT Nation Connect in November, along with the rest of the ConnectWise crew. So we welcome your feedback. We welcome the chance to keep innovating and helping you deliver your most successful vision of success. So thank you very much for your time, and we'll now take any questions if there are any, or if not, we look forward to your feedback and helping you continue to grow. So I think we're getting positive input, Jason. I don't think there's questions as such, which hopefully means that we've done a semi-decent job in explaining it, and we aren't just being hard to follow with our funny accent. So with that, I think we can probably wrap up and look forward to having more conversation and seeing this evolve as we continue to put security first and innovate as part of ConnectWise's core agendas.
Well, thank you, and thanks for the partnership with this, Ciarian.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much.